If you've got the right email flows or automations in place for your e-commerce store, you're going to do great. And then you can add on to that. So which is the best e-commerce email flows or automations that you should have? Hi, I'm Adam Moody with Oasis Optimization, and let's get into that. First things first, I'm going to say get the basics done first. And what I mean by that is kind of your foundational flows is what I like to call them. And we're going to look at this as kind of a way as people move through your store. There's people who have not purchased from you. There are people who are maybe in the process of purchasing from you. And then there are people who have purchased from you. So the people who haven't purchased from you, maybe you have a sign up for a newsletter, or you're doing, you have an opt-in maybe for a discount, a bundle, something like that. So you're getting people onto your email list, which is a great thing to do because then you could convert them into customers. They can get to know your brand, et cetera, et cetera. So you need some sort of follow-up for that. Generally, that's called the welcome series, right? You would have somebody opt in, and if they're not a customer already, follow up with them. Tell them about the brand. They're obviously interested, or they wanted some information, or maybe a discount. Whatever it was you promised them, deliver that, and then follow up with them. Tell them about, your store, your products, what makes you special, why should they purchase from you? Then think about the next step. If they're coming in and they're now getting ready to make a purchase, but maybe they abandon the cart, right? The reality is most people will not finish checkout. That's right. We see that in the conversion rates. Most people don't finish checkout. So we want to have something to follow up with them. At the very basic, we want to have the abandoned cart set up. So they add something to their cart, they leave, whatever it was, doorbell rang, kids came home, they walked away, whatever that might be. We want to follow up with them. Now you can get fancier than that. We'll discuss that in some other videos. There's other types of abandonment that you can deal with, but having the cart abandoned is really important. Okay, now let's say they've gone through and they have purchased. After that, we want to follow up with them. They just purchased. They just put some trust in you. They obviously are interested or like what you have. So now is a great time to follow up with them and have that post-purchase series. Keep them excited about what they purchased. Maybe you can tell them, more about it, how to get the best out of it. Do you have any related products? We're not going for like a hard cross-sell or upsell or anything like that. But if you have something that might improve their experience, by all means, put it in front of them. So with those three areas, you're now going to have the basics covered. And if you don't have those, I highly, highly suggest that you get that foundation built out and get that stuff going now before you move on to more specialized things first. And what I mean by specialized is you can go and create all these different abandonment emails, like I mentioned earlier, the browse abandon or a checkout abandon. Maybe instead of just a welcome series, if somebody opts in, you're going to send them a couple really specialized emails to what they opted in for, then have them go into the welcome series. After the purchase, we could have things like maybe somebody's purchased twice and you want to follow up with them as like kind of a VIP. Maybe there's an average order value. If they exceed, you could put them on a certain list, follow up with them, maybe get their feedback since those are the people you really want to be coming back. There's all sorts of things you can do, but make sure you do the foundational ones first and then go out and experiment. And on all of these, as I've talked about in other videos, is split testing is also important. It's great to put this stuff out there. I highly, highly suggest that you get the foundational flows out, but then split test, add some different like subject line variations, see what performs the best, either have yourself or your team do that and find out what really works with your customers. And you will get a lot of great results from doing that, just having even the foundational ones and split testing and adding on as you go. So hopefully that helps you with your store. If you would like help with your email marketing, you can get in touch with me, Adam Moody, at oasisoptimization.com.